Hello everyone, this is the Collective Soul Tarot and I am Kay. Welcome to the channel. So lovely to have you here today. This is Friday, thank goodness, right? We're going to do our final for the week general reading for the collective using the Seer Marquetti decks here of the Kipper and Gilded Reverie and the Intuit Tarot to clarify. But if you like what you see or hear today, please consider subscribing, giving me a thumbs up and a comment and a share. I sure would, that would make my heart sing. Thank you so much. And so without further ado, let's get going and get busy, okay? I bet you're saying, yeah, right on. Let's do it. Get busy, Kay. Yeah, do your job, right? Do your job. Okay, Friday, I'm so happy. It's Friday. And so Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what can you tell us today? Will you please guide and assist us, me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly? Thank you so much. And there's our first 4 cards right there. More want to come out. They're kind of sticky and jumpy at the same time. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut. Noise in the background is cat playing. Same one. So we'll go in order here. We have the cross, as they fell out is what I meant, with that lady number 2 and the mature man, and then pathway. Wow, that's crazy. That's the 3rd time in a row that one's come out. Yesterday it was in this position, and the day before it was in this position. Now it's back in this position today. Very, very interesting. So what's near future? The Book of Knowledge, Akashic Records, what you needed to know, what came to you for information. Okay, so we already have clarification for the cross card. I think what I'm seeing there, guys, is that there's a lot of grief, you know, sadness, sorrow, just feeling depressed, perhaps, grieving, having, okay, I would need to clarify this. This could be the one you were with, collective. You're the mature man, okay? This could be the one you were with that you're grieving losing, you know, like either to death or, you know, divorce or just separating, like leaving each other to go separate ways. Or it's somebody that you're missing, like you're grieving because you feel like you have a lost opportunity to be with this one you want to be with. Somehow that you've lost an opportunity to be with this one. It could be either way. And maybe it's both. It could quite literally be both, you know, really. Something happened that caused you to lose somebody. And you know, that was a shock for you. It was a you know, a really shocking loss for you, a terrible loss. Whether it was death or someone, you know, your partner did something and it was just unforgivable to the sense that you just weren't going to put up with it. That was the last straw. And you need to move. You knew then at that point you needed to move on. You needed to leave this relationship behind. It was no longer what you thought it was going to be, and so on and so forth. Or, let's see, pathway. Gift. Exactly what you need is coming, or you're giving it. Or exactly what someone needs, you'll be giving it. Exactly what you need, you'll be receiving it. It's guidance. Okay. Yeah. Or the decisions you made in the past when you were with somebody that you really had developed deep feelings for, perhaps fell in love with, really admired and wouldn't mind being with if the opportunity could arise, that perhaps that the decision you chose, maybe you chose to be with somebody else, or you just chose to go your separate way, that you weren't ready, or whatever the situation was for you, you chose to go your separate way from that person. And now you're thinking back and you're wanting to reconnect, but you're wondering if you've lost the opportunity to do that with them, because a lot of time's gone by, a lot of water's gone under the bridge. So let's talk about the book. Thief. And child. Either a child stole your heart and you're learning that, or, I mean, possible, someone took something from you. And the child could be a new beginning, right? You at least have learned that someone has been trying to take something from you, or learned that someone did take something from you. Quite, tangibly, like if you had a family heirloom, for example, as a pocket watch, and you went looking for it one day and you realized someone, it's not there anymore, and then you found out that when you were talking about it, you said, oh, don't you remember? So your sister, your brother, somebody, don't you remember? They were saying they were wanting it, and you found out they had it. That someone took it from you, right? You found out someone took it from you. Or that you feel like the opportunity. Let's see, I want to read, and there's no point in, I'm done with that. Just helps me think. Number 26, the book card. This one here. The book of knowledge, the book of secrets. What I house is educational and private. You want book of knowledge, book of secrets. Stolen secret. You have a secret. You have a secret that has been taken. That it's a new beginning that's been taken from you. I don't know. I may be your project or your research, and sometimes your studies and journals. Watch out for the cards around me, because with the sun you'll see right through me. I am hidden, I am unknown, but occasional knowledge I might learn. Yeah, I mean, occasional knowledge I might learn. Something's unknown to you. The book draws attention to the power of knowledge and the importance of possessing it. Okay, possessing it. You learn something. I mean, this is somebody taking something from you that you possess. It's yours, right? It's what you have is yours. So maybe some information you possess has been revealed, or I don't know. Let's see. This card may suggest there is something somebody needs to know. However, this will only become apparent with the presence of the cards around it. I mean, to become apparent, right? If you possess that pocket watch, nobody else can really see it, unless they could see the dangling chain and assume that you have a beautiful pocket watch on the end of that chain that little boy's trying to take from you while you're walking along the street with your privileged lady, and you being the wealthy man kind of thing. Somebody, it says here, this card may suggest there is something somebody needs to know. However, this will only become apparent with the presence of the cards around it. So you need to know something. You need to know something that you possessed. Maybe someone's trying to take your child away from you through divorce. I don't know. Let's see here. This card may suggest there is something somebody needs to know. The book is a vehicle for the very imagination itself. It says when it's open to the right, let's just look at it like this, right? It says the book opens to the right of the card, which indicates in readings the direction of the learning. Literally, what is being opened by the learning? Maybe it has something to do with time. You know, because he's stealing a pocket watch. Maybe it has something to do with timing. The book opens to the right, yeah, and which indicates in readings the direction of the learning. You're learning what? This is what you're learning. What is being opened by the learning? What is being opened by the learning? Which, literally, what is being opened by the learning? Let's see. As, for example, if the dog was to the right of the book, it would be learning something about a close friend. So I'm learning about somebody who's taken something, a thief, right? Who stole something. You're learning about somebody stole something from you. That was, I'm going to read the 18 then. The child card. The next card to the right may indicate what was going to be learned, such as a ring. You learned someone stole something from you. And it had to do with like a new beginning. Something like that, such as a ring or the stork. It may be a surprise to them to say, congratulations on your engagement. Well, yeah, you'll be surprised to find out, you're surprised to learn that something has been stolen from you. Number 18, the child, this one here. We meet this happy, charming child in traditional frilly cloths, clutching her beloved stuffed bunny in a Victorian nursery right out of Mary Poppins, in keeping with the time period when all children wore ruffles and petticoats. This card can mean any child. More abstractly, it represents innocence, naivety, the new, the simple, and the small. I mean, you could feel like your youth was stolen from you. And I would go with that too. I would, and it could have another meaning too, but at least one of the meanings is that, look at you over here, you're a mature man, right? You're a mature man. You may feel as though, especially if you reconnect with somebody from the past, right? Let's just go with that. Especially if you reconnect with somebody from the past, you're going to feel like you wish you had had many more years with that person. And by reconnecting with that person and realizing that they are somebody you would have really wanted to be with and are happy to be with right now, that you may feel like that part of your life or that opportunity, the opportunity to be able to be young and, you know, live your life in that more younger years of innocence and naivety with that person, growing old with that person. This one here, maturing with that person who you're, you know, longing to be with now, that you're grieving missing, right? I'm going to read the rest just in case. This card may indicate a child or children, your childhood or your inner child. In many cases, it shows a new beginning. This can be a new project, a new job, or a new love. Yeah. We all start small. We are all beginners in the distance of life, so venture a complete restart. Yeah, restarting, you're realizing you're restarting all over again your life. There's such a chunk of your life that you've been through with somebody that had ended, you know, that you didn't expect for it to end. You would have expected it to go in the long run when you first got together with them. That was the plan, right? But it didn't turn out that way for one of your reasons or not. I don't know. Could be many different reasons why you're not with that person anymore. Now you're kind of like you're starting all over again, right? But at the same time, you're realizing by thinking about being with the one that you feel you may have lost an opportunity to be with because of the choices you made in the past, you may be feeling like, boy, what what we wouldn't have had if we had been together, if I'd chosen her instead of the other one, right? Because this one's going to make you feel like you're home, number one. And number two, it's going to make you feel like you're going to go the long haul with this one. This one's going to go to the end with you. Yeah, I think that that's what it is. You feel like your youth, to have been able to live it with somebody that you cherish, you literally cherish, a woman, and I'm talking to a masculine collective here, that you are you're quite literally feeling as though it's been robbed from you. That opportunity to have all those years with this one has been taken from you. Now, of course, come on, speak the truth, right? The truth is that those were your decisions, and you know that. You chose that. You chose to stay with that other one for all those years. First of all, you chose to be with that one instead of this one. And then you chose to be with that one, continue to be with that one when you could have, stopped being with that one to be able to see if you could be with this one long time ago. But there's reasons for why you didn't. And it all chalks up to karma, for one thing. And two, you needed that time to grow and mature, to become that mature man. You needed that time, all those years. So what I would encourage you to recheck your thinking about this, because it's a bit, feeling disappointed, yes, but somehow resentment too, right? You might be resenting yourself, like blaming yourself or blaming your spouse or your ex-spouse. You might be blaming them, and that's not going to do you any good either way, whether you're blaming yourself or you're blaming your spouse. That's a block, and we talked about blocks, I think, yesterday. We talked about blocks that are in front of you, especially in one of the readings. Might have been I think it was the C name one, the alphabet reading. But yeah, there's many blocks, and one of those will be one of those nasty weeds that you operate from in your deep subconscious mind, that you need to pull it out so that your garden can flourish. Number one, that's your life. That's your soul being able to express itself even more fully, because there's not as many weeds suppressing it, right? Those bad thoughts and negative thoughts and belief systems, patterns of thinking that are infiltrating your beautiful garden, keeping it from being able to grow. That's you growing, maturing. Those thoughts are blocking you from being able to see the truth. And the truth is that you are your soul. You are not all those thoughts. You are not all those thoughts. You aren't. You might think they're your thoughts, but they're not really. Really, they're not. It's what you're attracting by having fears that have been conditioned in you since childhood. And you developing coping mechanisms, right? But the thoughts are always in the universe, because thoughts are energy, and every single thought that's ever been thought. And how old is the universe, right? Every single thought that's ever been thought by whoever and whatever, not just on planet Earth, is out there. It's all around us. And whatever quality of that thought is, will come to you if you're in that resonance. So if you're in a fearful resonance, like you might be taken advantage of, for example, you have this fear of being taken advantage of or abandoned, you'll have those thoughts that match that resonance of your inner fears, the vibration of your heart, your emotions. Those thoughts are going to come in, and you're going to feel like it's your thought. And that thought is then going to produce right away, simultaneously, an emotional expression within you that you will then judge, again, judging, whether that's good or bad. And if it makes you fearful to have that thought, you're going to start calling in more thoughts that resonate with that, even that bigger fear. You just kind of like, it's spiraling, right? You start going down the rabbit hole further and further. The more you allow your thoughts, we say your thoughts just because, it's hard to talk about how it's not your thoughts, because then you'll say, well, then I don't have those thoughts. Yes, you do. The thoughts that you're having are not your thoughts. It's whatever it is that your fear is resonating within you, is attracting to you for that kind of energy, those thoughts. So if you want to stop it, you have to change, you have to pull the weeds out so that you can start quieting your fears, which is your ego mind. Start quieting, taming your ego mind. Your ego is at the helm when you're of your life, driving your life. When we are fearing, like when we have a lot of fears that we have not really acknowledged and addressed and let go of, they stay there in your subconscious mind forever until you do something about them. And that's those fears, your ego helm driver, the one that's at the helm of your life. You'll continue operating from those fears in your subconscious mind. But if you start finding the courage to look down into your shadow self, your subconscious, to see what is tripping you up and blocking your way forward towards a life of complete, peace, calm, happiness, love, unconditional type of love, and success, abundance, prosperity, all the good things in life, good health. Your health can get better is you release the fears, release them and put them in God's hands to be healed. Your health actually gets better inch by inch. It does. It took a while for your health to get the way it was over many years, although it may have just seemed like it just suddenly showed up. No, it was on its way there to the point where it was a tipping scale, where it tipped too far. With your blood work, it was really quite apparent, obvious, like there was too much of something in your blood, and that became like the indicator of you having something, okay? Whether it's heart disease, plaque in your, I don't know, that may be heart disease, I wouldn't know, and diabetes or, Huntington's or something, right? So you can improve your health by actually, and every other part of your life, like I mentioned, by simply going into your subconscious mind and clearing out all those patterns of thinking and behaviors, like the beliefs that you have, strong beliefs like I thoroughly believe in this. Let it go. It's not doing you a dang lick of good. Let your strong convictions go. If they do not serve you in life in a good way, a positive way, a life-affirming way, then let those strong convictions, those beliefs go. If you believe the color orange is way better than the color red, and you'll fight anybody on that. This is just an example. Is that such a, that's a strong conviction that you believe the color orange is way better than the color red? Does that do you any good? Really, is it adding to your life? Or is it just adding your, having disputes or arguments with other people on the subject, Like it's not something that you can just have a conversation about, like taxes or politics and religion. They say never talk about politics and religion, right? Same idea. We have strong conviction about something, and we allow it to drive our lives. That strong conviction is ego. It's a fear. If you truly looked at it, you see that it's a fear. So why do you have a strong conviction about something like politics or religion? It's because you feel as though deep down inside, you have this fear that if you don't stand for something, you don't stand at all. That if there is no, like your conviction is that your, Christianity, whatever, maybe you're a Baptist or belief or whatever, or a Catholic where you're not supposed to get divorced and I don't know, but those things, what are those? Oh my God. Those are rules that we, our religions expect us to follow. And do they really make us happy? Now, seriously, ask yourself that. Does that really make you happy? If it does, and you feel like you got the best of life in every way, shape, or form, by all means, keep it. But if it's not, then, that's one thing that you can let go of and say, I'm finally free of that. Imagine the burdens coming off your shoulders. The heavy burdens you've been carrying on your back, shoulders, like the cross. Right? Speaking of the cross. 3 of Swords. See, now I pulled right off the top. I don't know why, but I did. And we got the 3 and 4 swords. Broken heart. Broken heart, needing to heal that broken heart. There's the King of Swords I had just showed you, right? To speak your truth. To speak your truth and do it in a way that no one can misconstrue or misunderstand anything that your intentions, what your intentions are, and what you say. And you say what you do, and you do what you say. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just the way it is. Yeah, look at this Death card, right? Death and transformation. Death, cross, right? This is the 10 of coins is coming out too, which means it had to do with your long-term commitment that came to an end. So we'll leave it. We'll put that out here, but we'll put it in reverse because it's come to an end. You are in the past. You've been making progress towards putting it to an end. So we'll just leave it this way because we don't know for certain, like in the past, whether you were done with it or not. Okay, great. Telling you, your whole life quality of life, your whole quality of life lays in your subconscious mind. Because whatever thoughts and beliefs you have that are down there, and they've been there for a long time, ever since they were conditioned into you as a child, okay? They were conditioned into you. And that's how you've been operating ever since then, until you start seeing what's in there and start pulling those weeds out. I had to do the exact same thing. So the lady number 2 is the Knight of Swords. The 10 of Swords. The Fool, and this one wants to come out, so I'm saying Ace of Coins with the King of Wands. Ooh, and she was the Queen of Swords. Okay, look, excuse me. This is your gal. You're mourning, you're grieving over that. Such a disappointment for you. There was a lot of anger back and forth with you two, particularly from her side, because she had been betraying you with the Knight of Swords. She had obviously some resentments and some anger, and she had an affair on you, which may have driven her, like on a horse, right? Driven her to want to be with somebody else. King of Wands. And she's that Queen of Swords, okay? She turned into a very nasty individual because she had someone else on her arm who took action on her. And you feel like you've been played as a fool, right? And also it means she impulsively and foolishly did this, but she did it because of her emotions were like they were, she's not balanced, right? If she was balanced, she would have come to you and talked to you civilly, calmly, sitting on the couch together or at the table, even in bed, saying, look, I need to talk to you about something. I feel like you work too much, or I feel like I don't have, my emotions are not being fulfilled. I feel like we just don't have intimacy between us. And that's not necessarily always sex, but we're just not intimate. We don't share our little thoughts and secrets with each other, and truly enjoy that time spent with each other doing stuff like that. I just don't feel like I'm connected with you anymore. And so if we don't fix this some way, I feel like I may need, I need it. So what's the alternative, right? What's the alternative? To go to somebody who can give it to you. So you may feel like you've been played a fool, okay? But the divine said, I've stepped in because I heard your heart crying, and I know your heart better than you do. Not may know your heart. I do know your heart better than you do. And it's time. It's time. The two of you, how did I do that? The two of you are so miserable together that you're making the rest of the world miserable. Quite literally, because, it's all energy, right? Whatever misery is coming from your heart, especially the people closest around you, are going to pick up on it. Like your kids and your families, right? They're going to see it in you. They're going to feel it. It's going to feel really like walking into a room full of swords, right? Okay, I'm just putting these back. That's a lot. 4. The mature man. So yeah, God stepped in and said, look, if you follow your heart, stop living in a situation where it's crying more often than it's feeling good and contented and peaceful and happy. I will provide for you. I will provide with you and for you at times when you can't, just so that you can follow your heart's desire. 4 cups, yeah, mature man, disappointed, 2 of wands, 8 of cups with the 4 of wands, yeah. Marriage and marriage, right? You had to walk away from this 4 of wands that you thought maybe was very divinely inspired, or strong divinity in your connection. And it is. It's just, it's not the right person now. Was the right person then, but not now. You feeling rejected. You're looking at that cup and saying, yep, that's not for me anymore. That cup goes to somebody else. This one here. I guess I need to make a new choice, go in a different direction, charting a different course. 2 of wands, having to make a decision, right? And you made the decision to walk away. For at least you made the decision to walk away from this. Doesn't necessarily mean at that time you were making the decision to walk towards somebody else. But this was your 4 of wands that you're walking away from. This, what you had once celebrated with her. You held her in great regard at one time. And you're remembering that, you're realizing that, like, how did it go so wrong? We've done this, that, and everything else with each other. Why has it come to this? And becoming a mature man allowed you to wise up to the reasons. So you secretly know that you may not be telling anybody, particularly her, why you feel as though she did turn away from you. That you worked too much. That you weren't really deeply committed to this one, because your heart is actually been spoken for by someone else. I mean, you can at least acknowledge that the reason why this isn't working out is because it's both of you. Not one is any worse than the other, because your heart is doing a 10 of swords on her, right? Your heart's been doing a 10 of swords on her, though silently, and you like, you're not actually stepping out and being with the one that's in your heart. Like, she's stepping out and being with this one that's she's with, like, hanging out with. But you weren't literally doing that. You were in fact trying to push it down, out of sight, out of mind. You're trying to live your life with this one after all. Come on, quit coming up. I don't want to be reminded of this one, because I can't be with that one. I've chosen this one, right? Okay, so let's talk about, there's the 7 of swords on the back. Pathway. 9 of swords, yeah, having to take another path with 10 of wands. Oh my goodness, I feel so bad for you. The Lovers, with the Seven of Swords, right? It's on the back. Okay, yeah, pathway, your pathway that you needed. You needed to rechart your life, which is charting a course with 2 wands. You needed to rechart your life to go from whatever point it was pointing at with this one to your North Star, to follow your North Star. And this path, you know, is exactly what you need to have. But you know it. Right now, you're realizing that. Because now that this has all been kind of thrown up in the air and has fallen where it needs to fall, putting an end to it, you realize that you're going to have to be on a different path, 2 of Wands. And with being able to put that maybe resentment and anger and pain away for not being able to stay with this one, because we develop different feelings once we realize someone is choosing to be with someone else instead of you, and you're in a marriage with them. We develop different feelings, right? So yeah, you are now having feelings that are allowing you to let go of the hope or the idea or the nostalgia of being with this one. You've matured up. You become an emperor. You're taking charge and control of your life. You're wiser. You're quite learned. Look at all the books. You're maybe a world traveler. You got the globe there, and you're looking at the globe saying, how am I going to get from here to wherever your other girl is, right? Your other lady? Yeah, and look at that suit. I mean, the beard and the gray hair. I mean, it just says you have grown. You have had to go through so much hardship and pain to get where you are now. And now you're seeing that path there. And you're supposed to walk that path. Now, okay, if this happened, then it must mean because I'm supposed to go to the light. And where's the light? Probably at the point where the lady is that you want to be with, that lover. But in the past, I mean, this is a block for you. Quite literally. It's exactly what you need as a gift to follow. You needed all this trouble to follow your true north, to finally follow your true north. You needed it. This is a gift card. It's about what you need, precisely what you need. So you have this path, but you've got thoughts and feelings about it, right? And that path is causing you a lot of heavy distress, great distress, to the point where sometimes you wake up at night or you just can't fall asleep because you're thinking about it, and you're just really worried and concerned because you don't know how it's going to work out for you. It's been such a burden for you and for quite a long time, because maybe the way you dealt with the one that you like to go to now in a way that was not truthful, deceptive, right? That you lied to her about something or many things. You deceived her. And you probably made her feel like an option. She felt like an option to you. You stabbed her in the back. You betrayed her. And she was she was one of your choices. That was first. So she was one of your choices, and you chose, because you're being sneaky and deceptive, that meant you had somebody else as an option, right? That you needed to go back to option number 1. You needed to be with option number one because you were married in a contract with that one. So you betrayed this one over here, is what all that's saying. And you've seen that path, and you're not too sure if you should walk in that light, because maybe you're thinking, maybe you might be feeling, in the nicer sense, am I ready or worthy to be in that light? You are. You're ready and you're worthy. You always are, really. You always are. It's just a matter of you believing in that. That belief is one that you should have in your subconscious mind. That belief is one that should be a beautiful flower blossoming in the garden of your subconscious mind. It's not a weed. The belief that you are worthy and that you're always ready. It's just a matter of you believing in that. Didn't matter if you're with them or not. it's a belief about whether or not you can do something. And yes, we can always do something. It just may be dirty and nasty and very quite complicated, but yes, it can be done. If there's a will, there's a way. So 17, let's talk about the gift card for our collective, the moon, subconscious, the subconscious mind. And we got the full moon, which is illuminating those subconscious fears that has kept you in the dark and quite literally feeling like you've been out in the cold, distance between two people, being left behind, right? Feeling like you're left behind. Yeah. It's just regret and remorse, feeling left behind, excuse me, because of the choices that you had made here, right? But yeah, this is the gift, is that you needed to go into a place in your life that was going to probably throw you into the dark night of the soul, which is going down into your subconscious mind, seeing what's in there during that dark night, because you'd be doing soul searching what you're in there, introspection, right? Introspection and reflection, and realizing why you feel like this, remorseful, regretful, feeling left out of love, and possibly a few coins shy on the money that you've made and earned over the years because of the divorce. It's been cajoling you and encouraging you to get up off your knees, as a wounded warrior would be. Stand up tall, be confident, feel courageous, and just through your inner strength, the inner strength that you're growing, you're evolving inside of you, because you've been looking deep down inside you, what's been going on that's caused you so much pain and heartache in your life. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, I feel for you, I really do. It's not easy. I've been through it. It is not easy to have to look deep within yourself and discover those things, because sometimes things are hidden from us. We don't even know, like this, the knowledge that's been hidden, stolen from us too. And we realize it and we go, oh my God, is that what's been going on in me? Like, is that what I believe? Like, I don't know. You know, you're going to want to deny it, but don't, because you'll see whatever you're looking at in your subconscious mind is what's in there. It's not the truth. It's a lie about yourself, but it is there. Ace of Cups for the following your North Star, right? Temperance, there's that peace and calm you've been wishing for. The waxing moon, 1 to 2 weeks from now, you're making progress. And the Five of Wands, and the Hermit, and the Two of Cups, and the Magician, and the Hangman is here too. We'll also throw that out there too. Here's your Queen of Wands, and here's your Chariot. Here's you wanting to be fair. Yeah, getting together with her. I could put all those out there. Okay, so I'm going to take them all back, because we know what your true north is. We know it, and we know why. We're going to leave these out here. Okay. Did I do that? Yeah. We're going to leave these out here, but you're manifesting this Two of Cups by following your true north. It's the Ace of Cups, and again, why does the Ace come out? Comes out because if you're following when you follow your heart's desires, where your heart is desiring to go here, to do that, or to be with somebody, when you're following your heart's desires, your yearnings, the divine shows up even more fully in your life, because you're allowing it. You're listening to your heart. That's where the divine sits. You listen to your heart. It's like, okay, God, I'm listening to you now, is what you're saying. Okay, God, or my soul, or my spirit, or my Holy Spirit, or my Jesus, whatever, I'm listening to you now. You've got the floor. You do that, and this will be a brand new path laid out for you. That's about unconditional love and unconditional love, and this is about, prosperity and abundance. But you do that first, and then love comes along. You take the steps that you need to take, growing up, becoming mature, and making decisions to release the past that doesn't serve you in a good way anymore. Then God says, yep, there we are, resources for you. And then once you got that under control here, then it's time for you to step out on your path, the red carpet path that goes from your feet to her feet. God's there with you, helping you do that, clearing the obstacles away that might be on your path. But you're going to be feeling peaceful, calm, contented, and satisfied, and healing yourself, healing the relationship, the connection, timing 1 to 2 weeks. You may be still feeling having inner conflict about it because of, like I said, you might be thinking, I did this with her back then, and I was such a turd. And to walk to that light that where she is in, it might hurt, right? So, chin up, take it on the chin, suck it up, as they say. Hermitize yourself for however long you need, just get yourself corrected. This inner conflict needs to be smoothed out. But look, if you go towards your true heart's desire, this is what you experience. Calm, peace, healing. The angels are around you all the time at this point now. They always are, but they're just so much more active in your life because you're listening to your heart, God, your angels, your spirit guides, whatever you call it, Jesus. So hermitize yourself, allow the divine, God, Son, and the Holy Spirit? Yeah, something like that. To lead you, guide you in both mind, heart, and location-wise to your Two of Cups, your true love. So that the two of you can join each other to create a new foundation together. See, he's holding scrolls of blueprints, right? Blueprint scrolls, which would have to start with the foundation, right? You can't build anything until you put the foundation down first. Yeah, and then you build on top of that. So the book card, please, in the near future. What's that for us, Holy Spirit and Archangel Michael? What's that? That you two are just so miles apart here, you and your ex, or your soon-to-be ex, are miles apart in growth, in maturity. The star, that's, learning something, any information being revealed to you. The Seven of Cups, emotional confusion, the Tower, and the Sun. Yeah, something was revealed to you that you feel like it's a tower moment for you. It's a tower moment for you that you had other options that you're trying to heal from the knowledge that you're emotionally confused over all the options that you had and didn't take one in particular, but you're deciding to do that now. Would be more like this, where in reverse, where you've made a decision to move towards this one, but you came to a realization that a lot of time has gone by and that your time to spend in the sun with somebody is shorter now. It's shorter now than it could have been. But that kind of thinking is just not going to help you. You've got to let it go and be okay with it. You got to allow it. You have to. What are you going to do? Sit there on your bed and think to yourself, yeah, so much time's gone by now. Well, I might as well not do anything now because so many years have gone by. And you may still be like 50 years old, let's say 50, and you still have at least 30, 40, maybe even more years. Yeah, a lot of years has gone by, but you still have plenty of years left. And you have to look at it that way. Positively look at it that way. Allow yourself to be okay with it. Allow yourself to be okay with it. And it won't be such a tower. But I'll tell you, you heal your life with the star, and choose the one that you know you had been emotionally confused over before. You're going to shock the poop out of her, because you're going to show up. You're going to show up. Sun. She's the one that makes you incredibly happy. That could be shocking to you as well, right? I mean, this is amazing. I mean, this has like at least 3 now that I see. And I can't remember what they are, but the 2 is the one that how you feel like the time has been stolen from you to be able to be with the one that you feel like you should have been with it, but you shouldn't have, because you need to be with that one. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need to be with this one so that you could evolve and become that mature man, the one that your girl over here needs you to be. Yeah, and the other one is that you're realizing yourself. It's a shock to yourself that you have come to realize that you do really had fallen in love with her a long time ago, and you hadn't been allowing yourself to acknowledge it and to truly feel it. There was one other one, but I don't remember. Okay, let's talk about the Thief card here. 2 of Swords, 4 of Coins, Wheel of Fortune, and the Devil. Well, that speaks volumes. And it's what the divine is telling you. You stole your own time. You stole your own opportunities to move towards the one. Because what? You were indecisive. You didn't want to see it. You didn't want to hear it. You didn't want to know it. You blocked whoever it was from your conscious mind. You were not allowing yourself to, like I just finished saying, not allowing yourself to realize that you'd fallen in love with this girl, this woman from the past. And you were blocking it in every single way that you could, because, you were with somebody else, right? And you knew that. I mean, that was your reality. You were with somebody else, but it was you blocking yourself. It was you sitting on the fence. It was you feeling stuck and attached. You were attached to this one because, you made the choice, right? And we all do it. Oh my goodness. We make a decision, and come hell or high water, if someone's going to come to us and say, maybe you should have decided on something else instead of this, you're going to say, no, it's just, I'm good with this. I'm happy with this. This is right. This is right for me. And they're like, and they got their arms crossed looking at you like, okay. And you're like, I don't say that you're actually doing this, but this is how we do it, is that whenever we make a choice, we want to know for sure that our choices were right for us. We want to be able to trust our own ability to choose wisely. And then we'll defend it. We will defend those choices to the end sometimes, right? And this would be you like saying, no, she was like, it was perfect for us. We were right for each other. And I was going to do everything I could to make sure we were going to stay together. Even if you had to do it all by yourself, you were going to do it. And even if you had to face a lot of pain and being put off and just being, rejected in one way or another because she's busy living her life for herself in many different ways, you were going to be okay with that. You may not have been okay with that, but you were just going to put up with it. Yep, because this one is the one I'm taking to my retirement with me. That's being attached to somebody, not being able to let them go. And that was your karma. That was your karma because of all that toxicity. The toxicity of being bound to somebody because of our own pride and ego. It's pride and it's ego. Pride is like, no, I chose right, that's right for me, and I'll come hell or high water, it's going to be right for me. I don't care what anyone else has to say about that, to give me their analysis of what they're seeing. No, it's not. That's not what it is. That's not the case. Ego is the fear of actually detaching, because you've put so much pride and ego into this particular relationship. And it would be like the tower, breaking up your foundation. There was already cracks there already, but they're getting bigger and longer, because you're denying what's going on right in front of your face. You're denying it. That's toxicity. That's toxic behaviors. That's toxic ways of handling things. Denial is toxicity. Denial was something, especially when it's right there in front of your face and you're still choosing not to see it and not to make any kind of adverse decision towards it. That's toxicity. Okay, you're deceiving yourself. It's what you're doing. And then you end up deceiving your wife because you deceived yourself. Well, she's deceiving you too, right? So it's like, whatever. I bet you never looked at it like that before, did you? But yeah, it's still a betrayal. When this is a betrayal. This is called betrayal. It's deception. Deceiving yourself and deceiving someone else because you're attached to them and you can't let go. Not mind wise, not emotional wise, and definitely not physical location wise. Because what would it do to your life? It'd be a huge upheaval, right, Tower? Huge upheaval, dramatic change. And it's uncomfortable. In fact, it's even very, very painful. Very, very painful. And one thing that's constant in our lives is change. I know you all heard that before, but how many of us like to have change? I, for one, enjoy change. I do. Yes, I do. I enjoy change. Even I will not welcome, but accept what happens that's going to change something in my life. I will accept it because I trust in God. I trust in the path. That if something's coming to an end for me, it means it's meant to be that way because there's something better ahead for me. I totally trust that. King of Coins, the child card. 7 of Wands, there's sheer defensiveness. And the Ace of Wands with the 9 of Coins. Here you are in the near future, independent, single, and ready to mingle towards your another ace. Okay, as a King of Wands, you've matured, okay? Not King of Wands, King of Coins here. This is you. You matured. You're a King of Coins. You're a king. Are you king here some other place? No, this other guy, King of Wands. But you're a king. You've matured. You're a king, not only an emperor, but you're a king. So, so what if you're a King of Coins? You're a mature man. I mean, that trumps that anytime. But you have a lot of wealth. In other words, you have a lot of wealth to live your life in any way, shape, or form, in that changed way, in a new way, any way. And look at this. Remember, you're going to have even more wealth and more resources given to you. Just hold your ground. Yeah, defend your new position in life, your new thoughts, your new way of thinking, and just your new movements, where you want to go, what you want to do, who you want to be with. Defend that, because the divine is also giving you a brand new path of passionate pursuits. So when you're going towards your girl that the divine is saying yes, 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 yes with, this is going to be an amazing ride right here, an amazing ride for you. Passionately pursuing as somebody who's single and can be ready to mingle with whoever and whatever you want to do and who with. Okay? So you making those hard choices back then made you grow. You came out of your pride and ego. You came out of it long enough to take take charge and take control. Become wise to what was going on here. Yes, you grieved it for what it was for you at one time. And, you know, it's terrible that anyone has to go through this, but that's what this life seems to be all about, growing, right? And you can only grow when you have people. She's a karmic soulmate. And a karmic soulmate comes into your life to show you the error of your own ways, that you have been that type of thinker, deceptive, deceiving, lying, possibly cheating, but just not living your life totally above board. That, you know, this karmic is going to show you that that's something that you should reconsider. You should rethink that one. Because look at what she's doing, totally not above board. And does it feel good to you? Absolutely not. And so it's showing you how you were making others feel that way because of your ways of operating in your life due to those conditioned beliefs and patterns of thinking that were still in your subconscious mind. Those weeds that needed to be pulled out, plucked right into God's hand. God takes it away, heals it, it's gone forever. You trust and have faith that once you do that, it's done. You don't have to think like that again. And if you do by chance have that thought come up again, that fear or whatever, you are going to notice it right away. Whereas before you didn't. You didn't even take much knowledge of it. You know, you didn't actually acknowledge it in any way, shape, or form before because it was all part of your psyche. It was like all blended in there in that cesspool of our subconscious mind. It's all blended in there. It's kind of hard to, you know, you got to start going down into your subconscious mind and pulling the weeds back so that you can see the flowers and the plants, the vegetables or whatever there, and saying, oh my God, look what's covering this beautiful plant. And you go pluck it out and give it to the God, and he takes it away, gone forever. And then you go down there and dig another one out. Just during your time of meditation, of isolation, of hermetizing yourself, during those times when you are, and purposely make time for yourself. Don't just say, well, if it happens, I will. No. You want to be with the one that lights your fire right here? You got to do it. You got to do the work. It's called the work. In counseling, that's what it's called. Do the work. So do the work. Clean yourself out during this hermetizing time. This is the present time right now. So you should be doing it right now. Clearing out your concerns, your inner conflict. It's all down in your subconscious mind. Do it, and you will be you will be a happy man, a completely changed and tenfold happier man in life. True love is on your horizon. So let's see what the angels have to say with some advice about this, and then we will be done. You will be such a happy man. Oh my gosh. You will have no idea how, it's not going to be totally like obstacle or challengeless, right? It's not, because you still got some challenges to get there. Number one is cleaning out your old, no longer good for you because you're an adult. You're not a child anymore. As an adult, you can do this. Child, you can't. I mean, you could possibly if you're working with a counselor, but that's not even guaranteed. But as an adult, you definitely have the power to do this. And if you need help, then you should, go to counseling or talk to your clergyman or somebody who you can talk to and be honest with, and don't stop. Don't stop doing the work on yourself, even though you get more information. Yeah. Get more information on how, what's going on in your psyche, what your fears are, asking people what's the best way to deal with this. If you're going to do meditation, you get more information online. There's tons of free, meditation tracks, especially on YouTube. All you have to do is put your earbuds in. That's what I do. Put my earbuds in. I sit in my chair, my recliner, and my cat on my lap. And I turn my phone to the YouTube and pick one of the singing bowls, the Tibetan singing bowls meditation that I do have up on the on the communication tab inside my channel, the Collective Soul Tarot. Excuse me. So quiet time, nobody's going to come in and bother you. Your phone is actually on silent and do not disturb. That's the way I have it, so that if someone's trying to call me, they can't get through to me, and it's not going to interrupt me. And so I do that, and then I got the earbuds in that is Bluetooth connected to my phone, but if it's you need to do it wire connection, fine. And just sit there for 10, 15, 20. I usually sit there for about 25, 30 minutes, letting those singing bowl vibrations just come in from the top of my head. It's just called the crown chakra. Top of my head, and I imagine it like a ring, you know, like kind of like the pebble that hits the pond and the rings go out, but this is going to go down my spine. So the rings are like spiraling down. That vibration is spiraling all the way down to my base, you know, to my tailbone. Excuse me. And I feel that vibration, and it feels so good. It just feels so good. There's hardly anything else in life that feels that good. So I highly encourage you to get more information on how you can sit yourself quietly. Meditation brings awareness. I mean, look, I'm just randomly pulling these out. Meditation brings answers, and awareness, of course, brings answers. Oh my gosh, I'm just pulling these out. This is amazing. Okay. Within the next few weeks, you spend time, 10 minutes at least. And if you really want to be able to say, I do deeply care and love myself, then you're going to spend a lot more than 10 minutes. You're not going to just spend the minimum. You're going to make sure that your life, your home, is set up where there's a time that you can actually be on your own, where no one's going to interrupt you. Kids, everything. Dogs, whatever. Wife, husband, whatever. No, you're going to say, look, this is important to me. I'm going to be doing this every night or this every morning. That's what I did in the long run. I told my spouse that was it. I will be doing this every night. So when you go to bed, that's when I'm going to be doing that. So if you have to get up for any reason, and the same with the kid, if you have to get up for any reason, then just be quiet and don't turn lights on. That kind of thing. Okay, last one. And yes. Oh, I love these cards so much. I should marry them. No. But anyways, yes, with an exclamation mark. Don't stop. Get more information. Don't stop cleaning your subconscious mind up. Get more information about how you can go about doing that. And if someone says, well, maybe meditation would be good for you, meditate. That's what the angels are saying. Get more information about meditation because it brings answers to you. Remember, as you slow your heart rate down with your breath work, again, it's like breathe in slowly to the count of 4, in through your nose, to the count of 4, really slow, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you hold it for 2, and then you blow out through your mouth to the count of 6, slowly, 1, 2, and so on until you get down there. Your breath is out. You hold to a count of 2. And you turn around and do that again. Do it at least 3 times. It's all about getting your heart rate to slow down, because as your heart rate slows down, your thoughts slow down. Do you ever think that? Like when you're feeling peaceful and calm, you feel like you could maybe slip into oblivion. No, just slip into that alpha mode of being still aware but very sleepy, or and if your heart is racing, is busy, then if it's working and busy, then you're probably having a lot of anxious thoughts, or like, I got to do this. Oh my God, I forgot to do that. That kind of stuff. So do the breath work to slow your heart rate down so that your mind, your thoughts can slow down. Because I've always say, one thought will come along. Don't beat yourself up because you're trying to get as little of thoughts coming across your landscape as much as possible in your mind. But if you find that you're just having a hard time, well, that just means you're not in practice yet, right? You just need to spend more time doing it, practicing it. It's like a muscle. You put it into action and eventually your mind will be nice and calm and quiet. that stillness. So when one thought comes along, it might be a while before another thought comes along, you know, and in that space between your thoughts is that window to stillness. That's the stillness in your mind. That's the window to God, who I refer to as stillness, because God is absolutely still. He's pure consciousness. He's not thinking. There's no thinking in God. God doesn't think, because God is pure consciousness. Now, we have consciousness where we think, but where it's not pure consciousness. Pure consciousness is that absolute nothingness, that stillness, no wavering at all. So you open up the window to that, and you can get the answers you're looking for through meditation times. And within the next few weeks, you will feel changed. Yes, things will be starting to show up in, like, seems miraculous ways. Like, I was just thinking about that the other day, and look, there it is. That's what I do all the time. And so it's a yes. It's a yes. You do this, it's a yes. Don't stop. Get more information, meditate, go to YouTube, put your earbuds in, do your breathing technique, and then listen to some Tibetan singing bowls or something else that's instrumental, and it's not something that engages your mind. You don't want to be listening to something that's going to engage your mind. So that's what I know to help you with. I hope that that was helpful for you, and best of luck. And please start trying to do something so that you can clean your weeds out, so that you can be in the near future with the one you really want to be with, and you won't have all those challenges of whether or not you're going to actually jive together, because she's at a higher frequency. I trust that she is, because you're a mature man, you're going that way. She's at a higher frequency. She's an empress, you're an emperor. You're both going to be on the same frequency. You'll be jiving, just like you had done in the beginning with this one, but that was a low vibe jive, low vibe jive. But here with this one, you've come up your higher vibe now, and this one's still low vibe. She hasn't learned. She hasn't grown. She's grown some, but not enough. And but this one over here, she's at that high vibe. So you're going to jive. That'll take the mystery out of whether or not you're actually going to be a good fit for each other, because you are, especially you clean out your fears in your subconscious mind. Spend time, and you're gonna love meditation. Some people say that they can't stand it. That's fine. You know, that's just because you got the ego that's at the helm of your life is still very much there, keeping you busy, your mind busy, telling you that, oh, you're too busy for this, or oh, I can't slow my mind down. You know, I can't. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, so that's how I advocate with my clients. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye for now, and have a great weekend.